Round 2 of the state playoffs just days away. I am Preston Jackson, Big County Preps. We have your 5 in 5. 5 topics, 5 minutes. We have some good ones heading into round 2. Let's get started. At number 1, we got Miguel Rodriguez, the Vieira 2018 defensive end, 6'3", 230 pounds. This season, he's got 15 sacks. He had 2 last week versus Gaither, including 4 solo tackles. Vieira will host Plant this weekend. And Plant, when playing on the road versus a really good pass rushing team, has struggled. Hillsboro, especially Arnwood, the Arnwood game, they gave up 13 sacks. Numbers also say that Plant plays better in South Tampa than they do on the road. Against Hillsboro, they won the game, but it was 9-7. They traveled to Arnwood, lost 27-7. Also traveled to Pasco County to face Wiregrass Ranch. They won the game, but it was a shootout where the Panthers uncharacteristically gave up 36 points, but they scored 56 of their own. Moving right along, we're going to go to Hillsboro High School. Now the Terriers will face Arnwood for the second time around, trying to avenge their regular season loss. And one player who's going to be an important factor in this game is going to be Tyrese Spain, the 2018 athlete. Now the numbers tell us when they give him the ball a lot, he makes things happen. He's a Terriers leading rusher and will need a lot of attempts in order for the Terriers to have a chance to beat Arnwood in the playoffs. However, versus the better teams and better defenses, that was not the case. The ball was not in his hands, and therefore he did not have big games. Versus Plant, Tampa Tech, Arnwood, Lake Gibson, just 23 total attempts, 122 total yards, and 0 TDs. Terriers need to feed Spain and feed him often. Let's go to Largo. Largo is going to travel to Naples. Pack Nation is a run-first team, but they got a secret weapon. What you need to know is 23. What does 23 represent? That's 23 yards per punt return for the Largo Packers, including 4 TDs. Now, if they're not scoring, they're changing the field position. In the playoffs game, field position is key. So the Pack Nation has a secret weapon in their return game, and it's going to have to be a big factor at Naples. Number 4, Clay at Zephyr Hills. Clay is a perennial playoff team. This season alone, they played 7 Category 1 or 2 teams, 3 losses, all the 3 playoff teams. Now they run the ball and they run it often. They've got 4 players with 50 or more attempts. Andre Carter is their guy, 195 carries, 1,896 yards, and he's averaging a first down every time he touches it, 172 yards per game. He's got 19 total TDs. Man, last week versus Hernando in the round 1 game, he carried the ball 29 times, 283 yards, a first down every carry, and then he had 3 touchdowns in that game. Last but not least, the Lakewood Spartans, arguably one of the hottest teams coming into round 2. They're going to host Jesuit. Jesuit has really turned their season around. However, the Spartans have not lost since week 2 versus St. Petersburg. The last 3 games versus Tarpon, versus Largo, versus Tarpon in round 1 of the playoffs, the Spartans have outscored their opponents 97-21, including a 40-0 rout of Tarpon. That's what you need to know. That's your 5 and 5. Preston Jackson. Look forward to the rest of our podcast this week.